right, everybody, welcome back. We are going to start a interior background drawing, and we're going to do a bedroom. So the first thing we need to do is a thumbnail rough draft. So once again, I'm starting with a rectangle, which is going to be my frame. And let's see. Now we're not just going to do any bedroom. We're going to do a bedroom in a spaceship, because why not? Okay, so one of the first things I usually do when I'm drawing a room is I draw the back wall. And from the back wall, now I don't want to neglect my horizon line of vanishing point, but I usually kind of just get an idea where my back wall is going to be. And from there, I'll decide whether I want a high angle, low angle, and that's all going to be determined by where I place my vanishing point in this frame. Because if I place it up here, that means the camera is up high in this room. Remember, our horizon line is even with our eyes. So let's try and go ahead and do that. And let's just go ahead and stick something here in the middle. That's probably not where I'm going to do it, but let's just kind of illustrate this. So that means this wall would go like that to that point. This corner of the room would go to that point there. They all go to this point. So keep repeating the same thing. And this is probably the number one mistake I see students do, is they don't take these corners of their back wall to the vanishing point. For some strange reason, students like to use the corner of the paper. That is definitely not the way to do it. That is arbitrary, wherever the corner of the paper lines up. But here we go. I got a high angle. My camera is high in the room, and I know that because my horizon line is even with my camera or my viewer, and that's how close it is to the ceiling. It's this high. It's close to the ceiling of this room. Okay, so I'm looking down, and that's fine. Let's see. So I definitely want a window back here, like a big old space window. And, you know, I'm just trying to think of things that communicate something in space is a lot of times different angled rooms. So maybe I'll angle the room or so. You know, I'm going to get, let's see. Maybe I'll angle it. Let's see. So I'm going to create like another, you know, kind of angle in the ceiling here. So maybe I've got this kind of thing going, you know, so I've got that thing going. I've still got these corners going to the vanishing point right here. And maybe that'll allow me to make some different sort of window here. You know, I want a big window because, you know, if you're in space, you might as well look outside. Okay, maybe that's my space window. You know, maybe by window, maybe it's the same shape. So again, I'm just kind of like trying to get ideas here. And let's see, maybe its supports are also kind of angled. So out here would be glass. And I know it's not totally even or anything, but that's okay. I'm just getting an idea. Okay, maybe out here I could draw like a planet or something. You know, maybe over there, the background. So the interesting thing about this, that I'm thinking about it, is that in space, right, we don't have a true horizon line like we do when we're on a planet, because we don't have the ground meeting the sky, because we're not on the ground at all, or close to it, really. So we still have a vanishing point, though. And we still have a point where all these angles are aligned to. All these parallel lines are aligned to. Okay, so let's say there's my space window. And maybe below that we've got our bed. Maybe it's a low bed because it's like utility. So I'm going to draw a little rectangle here. And now this is going to kind of determine how big my people are. So I kind of have to think about that for a second. And maybe a person's like that big in the room. Maybe something like that. So then I can imagine a bed here, you know, being about that big. And I got to think about where it's going to hit the corner of the floor. And this is really important here. I'm not going to worry about it too much now because, again, I'm just thumbnailing. But I want to keep things on the ground. So let's see here. Okay, so this will be like a pillow, some sheets. And, okay, so over here we're going to make there's got to be a door. So, space door, of course. Think, what do I want this thing to look like? I want it to look obviously different than a normal door. So maybe it's like got an angled kind of thing. You know, something like that. So this would line up there. And maybe it's like got like a, like kind of diagonal cut. And so it's going to be in the wall a little bit. So I'll have to get that later. But again, I'm just kind of brainstorming right now. So lights. So there'll be some light panels up top maybe. And lining them up with a vantage point roughly. Again, this is just a rough. So my light panels. And the thing, you can always adjust my frame. If I want like more room, I can be like, you know what? I need to pull out a little bit of this. Zoom out. You know. Maybe I want a little more room so I can see this door a little more clearly. Maybe there's a panel on the wall here, like a digital display kind of thing. Let's see what would be over here. Some sort of table, right? Even in space, you need some tables. Like a nice, like a bedside table. So it'll be like a roughly based on a box, of course. Maybe in the middle of the room there'll be a table as well. Maybe I'll make it like a cylinder. Maybe it's like a display board or something. Okay, well, anyways, I kind of have enough to go on here for a thumbnail and to think if that's, you know, if I want to do it. So, yeah, okay. That's an idea. Let's try to come up with a different idea or something a little bit different and vary things a little bit. I want to think more about what's up front here. Things I like about it, I like my window. I like the door. And I need my wall back here. And I don't want to go with a low angle. I'm thinking about my back wall placement. And the reason why I don't is because I want to see the room. I want to see things in the room. If I go too low, I'm not going to be able to see things like the top of the bed or the top of the table, right? If I go below that. Okay, let's just start with the back wall. Again, I tried to get this shape, but I'm overthinking things, I think, a little bit. So I want a little more room over here to see this side. So I guess I'm placing my wall kind of in the middle, which isn't my favorite thing to do. Maybe I'll put the door over here. I'm going to bring the vanishing point a little more to this side of the room. Again, from my vanishing point, I'm getting the corners. Maybe I'm going to shorten this room up a little bit here so I can see more of this wall. Okay, remember, from vanishing point to the corner, my box, it's just a box, just a see-through box from the inside. Okay, so that's all it is here. Ceiling, floor, two walls, back wall. Okay, I do like my shape of my room. So I'm going to continue that. Okay, so maybe I'll put the door on this wall here. Maybe closer. I'm going to decide how big my person is here. About that big, maybe. Imagine you don't have huge rooms in space. Okay, so if they're that big, that's how the door has to be taller than that. If it went across, it has to be taller than that. That's right about almost even with the vanishing point there, horizon line. So door. I keep wanting to say doll. Very strange. The door has to be taller. Okay, it's set back a little bit. Right, the walls have some width to them. Okay, this is going to be quite the angle here. Okay, too much detail on the door. I need to move on. Let's see, I need to kind of place everything. Maybe there's like some numbers or symbols on here or whatever, but let's not go there. Okay, let's just stick the bed. Could stick it this way and then put some other things against the wall here, like a little terminal or something. Okay, let's see. Let's see, if a person's that big, maybe a desk would be about that big. Okay, so let's try this. Okay, got to make sure it's attached to the floor. Okay, so here is kind of a desk thing. Too many lines going across here. Okay, means I got to put the bed over here. I could put the bed in the wall. That's like a typical space kind of thing. Let's see here. Give it that angled kind of cut again. Okay, so I'm trying to draw a box within the wall here. So give it some space. So that's going to be straight across. Maybe this has to be further down. And then the pillow would be like there. So it's an angle here, like that. Straight. Okay, kind of like that. It gives me a little more room here. And then I need some things on here on my space desk. Some kind of computer screen or monitor thing. Maybe it's angled. Keyboardy looking thing. I don't want it to look like a computer too much, though. Maybe it's got to be more embedded in the desk itself. Okay, and then my window back here. Still want to keep my shape. It's got to be higher, I think. It's got to be more wall there. All right, it's going to leave me some room for some stuff over here. Maybe some crates or something. You know, you got to put your stuff somewhere. Okay. Let me see. Do I want to draw another one, or am I happy with one of these? I like this. I like that window. I think I like the further back the room is here. Just gives me a little more space to play with up front. I think I like this one. I like things about both of them. So let me try and do one more here. And see if I can kind of nail it. I'm going to draw a little bit bigger. Okay, so I want this kind of wall this far back and that framing. Okay, so I got my vanishing point. I'm going to pull it over like this one. Okay, and down here. Okay, so I got my room. Okay, I'm going to angle my back wall. Okay, so now it's a room, but it's got this kind of cut in the ceiling there. Okay, I want the bed over here, so let's try that again. Maybe it needs a little more space. Maybe it needs to go all the way up to the top here almost before it angles in like that. Okay, now again, this is facing us here, so this would be straight. So, okay, going to the vanishing point, this line here, vanishing point, but then this line straight like another box inside. Okay. to the vanishing point. It's like that one. And up top as well, it's going to go up at this angle. Okay, so that actual line won't be there. There we go. It's an angle. It's going to continue this kind of little cutoff thing. Then I got my pillow. Do I want it sunken in? Or maybe I want to see a thin mattress here. So let's just make that the top. There's a pillow. Maybe I want to see a thin mattress and some like sheets kind of there. And maybe we'll put like some sort of display reading. Maybe it's like life monitoring thing while they sleep or something. Maybe some pictures on the wall, right? Because they're in space and they miss their family. And that leaves me here, this back wall. Okay, so I got my door over here. What do we want on the floor? I have to think about that. But I do want to put that little, okay, so person, this is a bed. Person's probably about that tall. It's gonna have my desk about that tall. Okay, I need my displays here. Okay, not totally unhappy with it. Maybe I want to change the shape. Maybe I want the display to be at an angle. Maybe this one as well, which would change that angle. We'll see about that. Display, display, display. Buttons in the desk. Maybe I'll round out the desk or something just to keep it a little bit spacey looking, modern looking. Okay, got to think about how it attaches the floor, but I won't worry about that now too much. That's just more for later. Okay, so here's my window. My angled, oops, that is totally uneven. Planet maybe is over here now, just because there's too much stuff there. Space, space, space. I want to lose that vanishing point. There it is. And maybe a table over here or something. With space stuff on it. So I'll have to think about some kind of objects. Maybe tech looking stuff. And then my door over here. Okay. I think I have enough to go on here, and we're gonna always add some like little details and stuff as we go, and boxes and stuff like that, and little things at the end. Maybe some wires. Okay, I think I like it. All right, there is my thumbnail. And now it's time to get a new piece of paper and start the actual drawing. We'll do that on the next video.